This is Somaliland, a nation running its own show for over 30 years, still waiting for global recognition. In the 2025 Freedom in the World report, Somaliland was rated partly free, a big deal in a region where freedom is rare. While neighbors face conflict and authoritarianism, Somaliland holds elections, builds institutions, and lets people shape their future. Freedom House gave Somaliland a score of 47 out of 100. Not perfect, but proof of real progress. For Somalilanders, this isn't just a number. It's validation of decades of effort to build peace and democracy from scratch. Why care? Because Somaliland's story is a lesson in resilience. Democracy can grow even in the toughest places. It's the underdog team that keeps winning, even if the league won't let them in. In this video, we'll explore what partly free really means, Somaliland's unique journey, and why its struggle for recognition matters. By the end, you'll see why Somaliland is a beacon of hope, a story of progress, persistence, and the universal desire for a place to call home. Let's dive in. Before we dig into Somaliland, let's talk about the Freedom in the World report. It's a global survey on democracy run by Freedom House for over 50 years. They don't just ask governments if people are free. They send experts to check if elections are fair, if people can speak out, and if laws protect everyone. Countries get a score from 0 to 100. High scores mean strong freedoms. Low scores mean rights are restricted. Based on the score, countries are labeled free, partly free, or not free. Partly free, where Somaliland sits, means there's real progress, but also real problems. Elections might be held, but not always on time. Media can report, but sometimes face harassment. Protests happen, but not always freely. Somaliland's 47 out of 100 shows the foundations are there, but the house isn't finished. This report matters. It's respected worldwide and helps places like Somaliland make their case for recognition. A good score is like a glowing reference letter, proof that Somaliland is building something stable and democratic. So when you see partly free, think of it as a signpost on a difficult but hopeful journey. It's not criticism, it's encouragement to keep going. Now let's see how Somaliland got here. Somaliland's partly free status is remarkable because of where it started. In 1960, British Somaliland gained independence, then united with Italian Somaliland to form Somalia. The union quickly soured. Decades of marginalization and brutal repression led to civil war in the 1980s. Cities like Hargeisa were bombed to rubble. When Somalia collapsed in 1991, Somalilanders chose a different path. They declared independence and began rebuilding. Instead of waiting for outside help, elders, politicians, and business people led a grassroots peace process. Traditional conflict resolution and consensus building disarmed militias and restored order. The 1993 Borama Conference created a hybrid government, blending clan-based representation with modern democracy. This homegrown system became the bedrock of Somaliland's stability. Since then, Somaliland has adopted a constitution, held competitive elections, and peacefully transferred power, rare feats in the region. It's a story of self-reliance and innovation, proving stability can be built even in the toughest circumstances. Somaliland didn't import democracy, it invented its own version. That's why it stands out today. Somaliland's democracy isn't perfect. The road is bumpy, with plenty of potholes. Election delays are a major issue. Votes are often postponed for years due to political disputes, eroding public trust. The constitution allows only 3 national parties, which once prevented clan divisions but now limits new voices and ideas. Political newcomers must join existing parties, stifling debate and frustrating a young, ambitious population. Disputes over electoral laws are common, and the process for resolving them is slow and unclear. The opposition and civil society often claim the system favors the ruling party. These are growing pains, signs of a young democracy still learning. The Freedom House report highlights these not to condemn, but to show where Somaliland can improve. Sticking to election schedules, opening political space, and ensuring fair rules are the next steps. Overcoming these challenges is key to moving from partly free to free. Freedom isn't just about voting. It's about daily rights, speaking your mind, reading independent news, gathering in public, and being treated equally. Somaliland's media is lively and often critical, a rarity in the region. Private newspapers and TV stations challenge the government, but journalists face risks, intimidation, harassment, and even arrest for reporting on sensitive topics. This creates self-censorship. Speak too loudly and you might get silenced. Protests and rallies are common, especially before elections, but the government sometimes restricts opposition gatherings. The rules aren't always clear, making people wary of speaking out. Women and minority clans face extra barriers. Women helped build peace and are active in society but have little political representation. Minority clans are underrepresented and face discrimination. These issues show where Somaliland's democracy needs to deepen. Ensuring equal rights for all, regardless of gender or clan, is crucial for real freedom. Progress is real, but the work isn't done. Civil liberties are the next frontier. The rule of law is essential for freedom. In Somaliland, it's still a work in progress. There's a formal justice system, but courts aren't fully independent. Government influence is a problem, especially in political cases. Corruption is widespread, draining resources and eroding trust in institutions. Anti-corruption efforts exist, but progress is slow. Human rights groups face restrictions, making it hard to hold power accountable. Alongside the formal system, clan elders use customary law, zia, to resolve disputes quickly and fairly. This traditional system is trusted and helped build peace after the Civil War, but it can clash with modern laws, especially on women's and minority rights. Balancing the formal courts and traditional justice is a unique challenge for Somaliland. Strengthening both is key to a fair, robust legal system. Freedom is also about opportunity, education, health, and a better life. Somaliland has expanded schools and universities, giving a new generation opportunities their parents never had. Healthcare is improving, with new hospitals and clinics reaching more people. Infrastructure is growing, roads connect cities, and development reaches beyond the capital. Diplomatically, Somaliland is building smart partnerships, especially with Ethiopia, Djibouti, and even courting the US. Talks of possible US recognition signal Somaliland's rising strategic importance. These efforts aren't just about a flag at the UN, they're about economic growth, security, and tackling shared challenges. Somaliland positions itself as a reliable partner for stability in a volatile region. It's not waiting for the world to notice, it's proving its worth through action. Education, health, infrastructure, and diplomacy show a country building a future, not just hoping for one. Somaliland is making itself indispensable. That's real progress. Despite progress, Somaliland faces huge challenges. The biggest lack of international recognition. For over 30 years, no country has officially recognized Somaliland. This means no UN seat, no World Bank loans, and a passport few accept. It limits investment and global opportunities. Recent talks with the US offer hope, but recognition is politically risky for many countries. At home, youth unemployment is a crisis. Education has expanded, but jobs haven't kept up. The economy relies on livestock and remittances, leaving young people frustrated and vulnerable. Climate change adds pressure. Droughts devastate livestock and threaten rural livelihoods. The government's capacity to respond is limited. Tackling recognition, jobs, and climate will require resilience, smart policies, and international support. Somaliland's future depends on meeting these challenges head-on. The stakes couldn't be higher. Look at Somaliland's neighborhood. Somalia struggles with chaos, Ethiopia with conflict, Djibouti with authoritarianism. In this context, Somaliland's partly free status and score of 47 make it a democratic outlier. While democracy declines globally, Somaliland endures, choosing peace over war, ballots over bullets. Its journey is an inspiration, proving the desire for freedom can overcome daunting odds. Partly free means real progress, but also real contradictions. Elections delayed, journalists at risk, courts trusted less than elders. Somalilanders are proud of their achievements, but frustrated by the world's refusal to recognize them. The journey isn't over. More reforms, stronger institutions, and economic opportunities are needed. But Somaliland's greatest asset is its people. Their resilience, and belief in self-determination. They've built a beacon of hope in a tough region. As they continue, they remind the world, freedom can and will find a way. Somaliland's story is still